The fight for battleground states is like a dance-off on a tightrope. Harris and Trump tied in most swing states, but in Nevada, President Trump has a slight lead outside the margin of error.
It's funny how things can feel so close and yet so far apart. That same poll shows Trump ahead by double digits on America's top issues: the economy, inflation, and immigration.
Now what seems like her last resort, Harris is unleashing the tag team of Bubba and Barack, a doom duo. Barack Obama hitting the campaign trail on her behalf.
Our next guest is
Bill Clinton.
And Bill Clinton. Our next guest is on a bus tour for Trump and was just in North Carolina. Joining us now, America First Policy Institute president and CEO and former White House chief strategist, Brooke Rollins. Brooke, good to see you. So help us make sense of this, because again, we see the economy, inflation, immigration. Donald Trump is crushing it on the top issues that Americans care about. However, we look at these polls in the top 7 battleground states, and it's neck and neck. How do you make sense of this?
Well, first of all, I think we all know that sometimes the polls are not exactly accurate. And when you look at 2020, 2016, the Trump campaign and the way that President Trump is polling is so far ahead of where we were 4 years ago as we were finishing the first term, and then in 2016 when he was running for the first time. But the bottom line is this. When 22% of Americans believe that the country is on the wrong track under a Biden-Harris administration, 22% believe that the country is on a wrong track, the record of Trump first term, the record of Harris-Biden first term is on the ballot. And so the initial numbers you walk through with Trump winning on the economy, on immigration, on foreign policy, we believe that will carry the day in 25 days, I think, from now. In North Carolina, bus touring in Charlotte and Gastonia and some of the greatest parts of that wonderful state, the American people are with us. The energy is unbelievable.
I want to get to this because the regime media is doing its level best to turn groups, particularly women, away from President Trump. The Washington Post questions if, quote, and I read this whole article, the Trump campaign's male-dominated culture is losing women. But Sean and I both really wanted to get to this. President Obama's message for black men who are not blindly supporting Kamala Harris. Listen to this.
You're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president.
Welcome to the club. He just called them essentially misogynists if they don't vote for Kamala Harris. And then he called people like us bitterly clinging to our guns and Bibles and xenophobic in Pennsylvania some years back. So welcome to the club. It's a sign of desperation. How do you see it, Brooke?
That's absolutely right. Well, it reminds me of Hillary Clinton's deplorables comment 7, 8 years ago now. And really it just goes to the elitist attitude that the left, that these liberal politicians have, like Barack Obama, like Kamala Harris. And what's particularly rich is, I read the same article, Dagan, in the Washington Post. Listen, I was one of 5 women that were on President Trump's top staff in the last White House: Sarah Sanders, Kellyanne Conway, Ivanka Trump, Mercedes Schlapp, myself. Between us, we had 19 school-aged children. Nowhere in America would you find a leadership team like that, with the trust from the President of the United States and the amount of work that was done and the good that was done to ensure the American promise, which will be done again. Listen, full stop here. Women that believe in women, in defining what a woman is, which the other side can't even do, that believe in protecting girls, that believe in protecting 2 bathrooms, that believe in ensuring that the family can stay safe and intact and can buy the groceries and have the future that they dream of, those women will vote for President Donald Trump in 25 days. And we just have to ensure that they know exactly whom they're voting for and exactly why and exactly what. And that's what this is about for the next 2.5, 3 weeks.
Men aren't opposed to Kamala Harris because she's a woman. They're opposed to her because men are driven to provide and protect for their families, and they can't provide and protect for their families under Kamala Harris because the policies are so bad, the economy is so bad, inflation is so high. It doesn't work for them. That's why they're picking Trump. Brooke Rollins, always good to see you. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Great to be on.